Okay, so get this. Imagine a future where your smart devices never run out of battery, not just like longer battery life, like never. And that's kind of the promise of this brain-inspired AI chip we're diving into today. It's called the spiking neural processor T1. And it's already making waves by mimicking how your brain learns and recognizes patterns. You know how annoying it is when your smart devices constantly need charging? You got your smart doorbell, your fitness tracker, your earbuds. They're all like begging for a power outlet every few hours. Feels like we're tethered to these chargers. The problem is that most smart devices rely on sending data to the cloud for processing. Think about your smart doorbell. It captures video, sends it to a server somewhere to analyze if it's a person or just a stray cat, and then sends you an alert. All that back and forth communication that just eats up battery life like crazy. But the T1 chip takes a completely different approach. It processes data directly on the device itself, using a revolutionary technology called spiking neural networks. These networks are modeled after the way neurons fire in the human brain. Your brain doesn't need to be constantly connected to the internet to recognize a face or understand a sentence right. It processes information incredibly efficiently. And that's what the T1 chip aims to replicate. This spiking approach is up to 100 times more efficient than typical AI, meaning smaller file sizes and way less power consumption. So how much of the difference are we talking about? Well, in some cases, the T1 chip can extend battery life by up to 6 times. Imagine your smart doorbell running for weeks instead of hours on a single charge. That's the kind of leap forward we're looking at here. And it's not even just about longer battery life. This technology has the potential to make our devices truly independent. No more like relying on a constant internet connection for them to function. Think about it. A smoke detector that can analyze sounds and detect a fire without needing Wi-Fi. Or like noise-canceling earbuds that can isolate specific sounds without sending your audio data to a server. The possibilities are pretty amazing. Now, I know what you might be thinking. How does this spiking neural network thing actually work? It's actually pretty cool. Instead of processing data in a continuous stream like most conventional AI, these networks operate using pulses or spikes, just like the neurons in your brain. Each spike represents a piece of information, and the timing of these spikes is key to understanding the patterns in the data. It's almost like Morse code, where the pauses between signals are just as important as the signals themselves. And because it only processes information when these spikes occur, it uses like a fraction of the energy compared to traditional AI, which is constantly crunching numbers. It's like the difference between sprinting and jogging. One is much more energy intensive than the other. The company behind the T1 chip, Inotera Nanosystems, they've already demonstrated its incredible potential in a prototype smart doorbell. This doorbell uses radar technology to detect people. And thanks to the T1 chip, it can last for an incredible 18 to 20 hours on a single charge. Compare that to a conventional Wi-Fi enabled doorbell, which might only last like 1 or 2 hours before needing to be plugged back in. It's a huge difference, and a glimpse into the future of truly intelligent and energy efficient devices. But the applications of this technology, they go far beyond smart doorbells. Imagine smarter lighting systems that adjust automatically based on your presence and preferences without needing to send data to the cloud. Or picture people counting sensors in public spaces that use a fraction of the energy while still providing valuable insights for crowd management. We could even have noise-canceling earbuds that can isolate specific sounds like your friend's voice in a noisy restaurant, all while minimizing power consumption. It's like a world where our devices just become seamlessly, integrated into our lives, anticipating our needs and responding intelligently without being tethered to a power outlet or a Wi-Fi network. This is the promise of brain-inspired computing, and the spiking neural processor T1 is just the beginning. As this technology evolves, we can expect even more innovative applications, stuff we haven't even thought of yet. So what does all this mean for you? It means a future where your devices are always on, always learning, and always ready to assist you. It's a future where battery life becomes an afterthought, and where the possibilities of AI are truly limitless. It's a future where our homes and cities become smarter and more responsive to our needs, thanks to the power of AI that's inspired by the very organ that makes us human, our brain. The spiking neural processor T1 is a huge step in that direction. And it's so exciting to think about what the future holds as this technology continues to develop. Will we see even more efficient AI chips that can power even more complex devices? Will we reach a point where AI can truly understand the world the way we do, with all its nuances and complexities? That's something to ponder, and maybe a deep dive for another day.